Today, St Mirren had said before they arrived they were going to be very defensive. You seem to combat that with a very attacking side today. How pleased were you with the performance?
Well, I'm very pleased because it's going to be difficult to play against a team who's very compact and sitting deep with almost the whole team. But I think our intentions the whole game was good. We tried to create chances. We're quickly in our passing game, and we scored the first goal in the set piece. That's also very important if they are playing so compact. But after the first goal, they just kept playing very defensively. So, of course, I was happy with the 2-0 in half-time. And the second half, I think I was pleased with the intention of my team because they were searching for the goal. The goal didn't happen, but as long as we have the intentions to create as many chances as possible, I think that's for me the most important thing. We have the 3 points. We have scored twice. Again, we have a clean sheet, and we can go into the break, enjoying with our families and friends, and start fresh again in the new year.
It was noticeable today with the front three, the two wide players, and Alfredo as the sort of link man. Yeah. I thought that the front three today were absolutely terrific. Were you pleased with the individual displays?
Well, of course. I mean, it's obviously against a very tight defense. You need to have players comfortable playing on the lines because you want to stretch them as well in the width. And so that's why I started with Scott, because Scott is like in that position very, very good, and he brought exactly what I wanted him to bring. So overall, we had quite an attacking team today. So also with Haji coming a bit more on midfield instead of on the wing. But as I said, I'm very pleased with the intention of my team, and the most important thing today was to win, and we did.
Afternoon, Gio. Very hectic but successful first 5 weeks in charge. 9 games, 8 wins, I think 7 clean sheets now. What has most impressed you from that 5 week period now that we've broken up, and what are you most hopeful of when you've got 2 whole weeks with the squad?
I'm really happy with the results since the day of my arrival. It's been I think difficult for myself to come into a season which is already well underway. For the players also, it's never easy when there is a switch of manager during the season. But I think we all did well. The players reacted well in getting the info we gave them and the feedback how to play. And of course, the results are very important. And especially, I think we are very good in our defensive work. As you said, we have a lot of clean sheets, and with the depth in squad and the qualities of the players, we will always create chances every game. So I'm pleased with their work ethic, and especially the defensive work. But also, I think we are much comfortable as a team going forward, but also playing as a defensive unit. And that's why we have so many good results. And starting again on the 5th of January, we have 2 weeks to prepare them for Aberdeen and all the games after. So we get even more time to become better as a team.
Thank you.
Hi, Giovanni. Just going back to the individual performance, we just spoke to Scott Wright a moment ago. Come on last week and thought he'd done really, really well. For me, man of the match today, what sort of message does that send to...
No Joe Aribo today, no?
I thought Joe was excellent as well.
He gets it every day.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm asking. Yeah.
What sort of message does that send to some of the guys who are trying to break into your starting 11?
Well, I think it's obviously I'm looking... Of course, the performances of players, not only in games, but also in training. And as I said before, we have so many different qualities in players, especially up front and midfield. So we can adjust a little bit our tactical setup depending on the opponent. And I thought today that Scott would bring us and give us some not some, but danger on our right side, especially against a very defensive unit. So he did well. So I think the message is clear. If you perform well, if you are training well, you always have a chance to play in the games.
And how strange was that for you today, when the players and playing in an almost empty Ibrox, when the supporters that did, the lucky ones got in today, they tried to make as much noise as possible?
Yeah, well, it's you know, as I said, last week we were full house, and today only 500, which is a big difference. But as I said, we have to make sure that we are respecting all the rules and the decisions of the government and also of the Scottish FA. So of course I want the full house. That's obviously, but if it's not the case, then we have to make sure we keep our performance as well, not only for the 500 fans in the stadium, but also all the fans we have, globally and watching the game on TV. So in the end, we're also representing them.
Thank you. Especially in the first half, the fullbacks seemed far higher up the pitch than they maybe have been this season. Maybe reminiscent of how Rangers played last season, with the opposition in mind and knowing how deep they would maybe camp in. Was that a deliberate thing, especially in that first half?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, they only play with one striker, so I don't need my fullbacks to be really deep defending. It's, as I said, I always look at the opposition and put my players in position I want them when we have the ball. So, it's various positions they can play. I think the players are used now in getting in spaces maybe in the past they didn't occupy. But I think it's also, for me, the development I see in the players. It's been very positive. So if they have one striker, I only need two defenders and not four.
Okay.
With the transfer window opening up, Giovanni, would you expect to be seeing both players coming in but also players going out over the January period?
Oh, I don't expect nothing. We just have to be prepared, and that's the most important thing as a coach, that you are prepared for anything that can happen. Maybe nothing happens, maybe a lot happens, I don't know, but we'll see in the end where we are as a club. But as a coach, you don't want to be, end of the window and have a smaller squad than you started. So we have to be prepared to go and to decide what to do, whatever comes in our way.